Are you getting married? Do you know someone that is? Are you wondering if you and your partner are ready to take that next step in your life, in your relationship? Do you want to strengthen the foundation of your relationship moving into marriage? If you do, Day One, the premarital program is here to help you. So if you want to kind of learn those tips, those tools, those strategies to prepare yourself for that next chapter in your life and your relationship, then give Day One, the premarital program, a try. So within this program, you are going to get those tips, those tools, those strategies. You're also going to get that guidance to help you prepare as much as possible for that next chapter. The thing about preparing for that next chapter is that there's no way to be 100% ready for the next step in your life, but you do want to be as prepared as possible before you get there. So that's where the Day One premarital program comes into play. So if you're ready to prepare and start really growing towards that next chapter in your life, in your relationship, give Day One, the premarital program, a try. Click the link below and get started today. That's the Day One premarital program, and let's get started today. All right, so welcome to another episode of Adding Perspective with Josh. I'm Josh.
I'm Coach Nrgy.
I'm Aphrodite.
And this is After Dark. All right, this week we're gonna have a little After Dark session. We're gonna talk about a variety of different topics. One being immature people. We're gonna talk a little bit about that. We'll talk a little bit about dating. Talk a little bit about side pieces. We're gonna talk a little bit about that, and then we're also gonna talk about the relationship goals that are kind of floating out there. So we're pretty much gonna talk about a whole bunch of different, topics today. A lot of these things have just been coming up just lately. A lot of these things. I don't really want to start with immature people. I kind of want to save that for very last because I feel like that one might take a little bit longer to kind of get through. Is the immature people part. So let's start with relationship goals, right? Because like I've been hearing a lot about people and their relationship goals. and some of these goals, right? Not to say that they're like lofty or like really like up there, but sometimes when you don't have a functioning relationship, right? Like it's more like a situationship. How do you create a relationship goal? Right? Like how do you create a goal for that particular situation when the other person don't even know if they're in a relationship? And then that makes me scratch my head sometimes. Like it does. I see that a lot. Like we haven't even confirmed that we together. That we are in a committed situation. Like you're still currently talking to other people. Like, why are we creating a relationship goal? What's our goal? To actually be together? That kind of thing has really just been kind of weighing on me this week. Like it has. It has.
Maybe it's a relationship goal in the future.
Yeah, they're forward thinking.
Yes, maybe they forward thinking. Maybe that's what it is.
Maybe, yeah.
It might not really be with the situationship. It might, be a thing that they want, but not necessarily the situationship. Maybe.
Yeah, it might be. Which is still kind of confusing too, right? Because it's like if a person talks to a few different people on the side, but they always seem to kind of navigate back to that same person, right? That same person that they already were currently talking to. Does that mean that you're in a relationship, or what does that mean? Like what does that? what is that supposed to be? Right? Like, is it just because you're that steady person but they don't want to be in a relationship with you. They just want to keep you around. You know,
no, then you're not in a relationship.
No, you're not.
Yes.
If both parties do not agree on the exclusivity, then no.
So both people got to sign off.
Of course.
I mean, a relationship in the way of how we're talking about it, right? You need 2 or more.
Hey, I've seen some hostile takeovers here lately now, right? Like people they just claim you, right? Like think about it. You've heard that. People they claim you, but you don't claim people don't claim them. Like people do that.
Like that at all. Oh, it's like they try to block for other people. I've been there. What? No, we are not a thing. No, we are not. Don't do that because you blocking. No, we don't do that.
That's good.
That's annoying. Ugh.
People use that we word loosely.
Yeah.
We.
Yeah.
I'm like, who is we? Like, we
start speaking.
We like we speaking French.
Oh, because then it makes you look bad too. Because if someone claims you and you don't know that they're out there claiming you, and you definitely haven't claimed them, and y'all haven't had that conversation, you can be out moving a different kind of way. But they over here talking about, yeah, my girl, yeah, my dude. And it makes you look bad, like you the one out here maybe cheating or getting around or spreading. Like, no, don't do that. No, because I need my actions to match my status. Yeah, if I'm single, then my status and my actions need to be equal. If I'm in a relationship, my relationship status and my actions will reflect each other.
Correct. It should. But these days, unfortunately, that's not the case. It's not. It's pretty scary out here. It is. That's kind of why I put the whole dating topic in here. Because honestly, if you're out there dating right now, it's like the Wild Wild West. It is. I'm telling you, it's like the stories. Ooh, these stories I done heard. Mostly from women, though, right? Like I haven't heard very many stories from like guys, but mostly from women. And I know it definitely depends on the city, I guess you live in or where you're at and stuff like that. But man, like there's a whole bunch of like I won't say disaster stories, but there's just like a whole bunch of trial and error when it comes to like really meeting someone that is like genuine, right? Like genuinely good and not just putting on the front because they trying to get something from you. Like honestly, I don't know how women do it, right? Like I don't like guys are pretty much a little different when it comes to like the whole dating thing. Like we're more visual, like, oh, she looks this kind of way. That's good, but let me find out more about her after that. And women are a little bit more, some women are a little bit more like, let's dig into the substance, right? Like, let's see who this person is and all this kind of stuff. And it seems very confusing. These days, it seems more confusing than it used to be. That's all I'm saying. It seems a little bit, because it's like all these different options out there, all these different apps, all these different like ways for people to like connect. People getting catfished out here. Like it's just it just seems like a lot. Like it does. Like it's like, do you even want to get out there? Do you just want to just stay single because it's just so much work to even try to meet somebody? Right. It is. It's like a full-time job. Then you got to do background checks on people. Because people be trying to stalk you.
Oh, God. Mm-hmm.
You don't want to cut them.
Yes, you do. Okay, that's only if your life is in danger. Okay, that's the only time you go to those type of measures.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, that will be the sign that's going across the bottom of the screen right there. Okay.
Yes, please. Only if your life is in danger.
Yeah, but I mean that's the
that
thing.
Is scary for people to be stalking you. That is scary.
It's kind of creepy. It is.
It is very creepy.
Mm-hmm.
That's a creepy people these days, I tell you.
It feels the same way for men too. Just FYI, you know.
Oh, I know. I seen it over the weekend.
Like,
I was like, wow, she's a real stalker.
Mm-hmm.
She was a stalker.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And normally you would think it would look different because it's a man and then it's a woman doing the stalking, but it looked the exact same thing but different gender. That's all it is, right? The stalking is universal, right? Like you stalking all the way through. Like that's what you do it. Like,
she was aggressive. Oh my God, it was a mess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Someone experienced it this weekend?
Yes. And like, I just be laughing because it's not funny, but it be fun, right? But I was like, she literally had just had a conversation with him, right? She had just had a conversation with him, so we was all together. And so like she came back and he was like, I'm good. They exchanged numbers. But then she was like, by the time we left, she was like texting him. Like texting him. What you doing? Where you at? Where you going? I'm coming. You coming? Like, I'm going to follow you. Like, you make sure she follow you for real.
Yeah, men need to be careful too.
Ain't joking.
Then she was like, the next day was like, yeah, it's, what it really should have been is you waking up on top of me. I was like, oh, you need to delete her, honey. You need to delete, block, make sure she follow you. Like, you need to do the whole 9 yards because, baby, she was a lot. Like, he was going to the bathroom and she was behind him. And she was a lot. She was a lot.
So she was doing that before they exchanged numbers, or that was after they exchanged numbers?
After they exchanged numbers.
Yeah, you got to be careful when you give your number out to people.
Yeah, she was a lot.
Did they know? Did they know of each other beforehand?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, we was just all in the same. We all went to the same place. It was about 6 of us. You know what I'm saying? So he just went. He went and stayed at the bar. Of course he was scoping and looking or whatever. That's he a man. But child, he scoped and looked on that one, baby. That one's a stalker.
Sound like she got too excited. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody paid attention to me. Oh yeah. Like she got too excited. Okay. Like
he had to come back to our table, right? He had to come back to our table because she was following him.
Gosh, man.
Too much.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like I said, if you got friends that may be a little bit clingy, make sure you tell your friends stop being clingy. Okay, Like stop. Like it's not a good look.
It's not a good look.
Not these days. Quickest way to get numbers changed, and you almost got to move. Yeah, like
It's not a good look. It looks really bad.
But why do you think people are like that, though? Think about that. Like, why do you think people get to that point where they just, they become stalkers?
Well, one of the things you said, probably not used to getting the attention, that someone may have given them. Or reading, overthinking someone just being nice. Yeah.
Oh, that just could be crazy.
Or yeah. Yep.
I mean, I think crazy is a relative word.
Okay, they mentally challenged a little.
Relative,
they just mentally touched.
I think we all little.
Okay, well, I'm not mentally touched.
I didn't say you mentally touched. I'm just saying we all got that little.
We might have a tad bit of stuff in us. But baby, that is over the top. That's those people that, they over the top. They need something else. I don't know. Maybe they elevator didn't touch one of the floors. I can't tell you.
Like they had a severe dopamine spike. Okay, like
somewhere.
Okay,
right.
Like somebody they looked at them. They thought they was from
they created this whole story, like this whole fairy tale in 1.5 seconds. Like
yeah, they could have attachment issues.
Yeah. That's crazy because it's very hard to determine, though. Right?
Maybe they got rejection issues. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Maybe they should be on dating profile. You know what I'm saying? Like, you think about that, right? Like, when you log on to all these apps and stuff like that, maybe like your psychological history should be on your profile. Like,
how many people going truly like
I have like
what percentage you think of
or something like that, or I like I'm into like all this kinky frinky stuff and stuff like that. Like just put that on your profile and stuff like that, so that way you know exactly what you get, right? Like just right here.
But how many people what percentage do you think is gonna really like put that on their profile?
I don't know, but it's probably less than a lot of percentages there. But I think that would be more helpful than just rolling the dice on all these random people, and half of them, majority of them, are lying to begin with. So it's like, why not, right? Like, why not add an extra step? Like just for kicks and giggles, right? Like just why not add an extra step? Because I mean, you still have to dig through all that information anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
yeah,
that's true.
And then depending on if you actually have to meet the person, like going out, picking a place to meet up at, making sure that it's public, all this kind of stuff, that takes time to do all that.
It's a lot.
It is.
Yep.
It takes a lot of time. And figuring out if you're going to go Dutch or you going to pay, oh yeah, that takes a lot too. Okay, right there. See, that takes.
Why does that take a lot?
What do you mean? Like, are you good? You got to consider that option, right? You got to consider that because there's a lot of dates to go on and you pay it every single time and then you're not a match with that person, right? Like that person is not.
So do you decide beforehand that you're going to go Dutch, or do you decide at the table you're going to be Dutch?
That's halfway through the date. That's halfway right there. It's like, this conversation going good? Okay. Yeah, that's a check right there. Uh-huh. She talking about, crazy stuff. Oh, that's a negative. Okay. No. Okay. You might need to pay. No. No.
Okay. No, that should be a conversation that's had before you even get together.
That's what I'm thinking.
Oh, what? I mean, it's a lot of stuff that comes up in person that may not come up on the phone like that. Like, I'm just saying. Like,
yeah,
as soon they see you, they get all excited, stuff like that. Like, ooh, this is you. You look.
So what if they assume? But the problem is going to come in is that they might assume you're going to pay, and you have not had that discussion. That should be discussed before we even meet up. Then you'll know whether or not they really want to meet up.
That's a part of the planning process.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you ever went to Chili, the Applebee's, or any of them places like that.
You better not say
that. You know, you get the little food on the face.
Not the 2 for $25. So y'all going in $12 a piece.
But not that though, right? It got the option on the screen right there where it's like...
Not the option on the screen where you gonna split the payment yourself. Oh my gosh.
Just put your card in there.
I don't know if I do
when you
that,
get done paying, just slide the machine over there.
Your turn.
Oh, your turn.
Wow.
That's tough.
That's hilarious.
That is not. No, it's not.
I don't know about that one, Josh.
No.
People don't go for that one.
Josh, I don't know about that one. I think there need to be a conversation ahead of time.
Oh yeah, that's hilarious. Well, I mean, after that date, you can determine if they really for you or not, right there. Okay?
At the end of the day, they might not be because they be pissed off because they said y'all done had that conversation ahead of time. I don't know about that one, Josh. I don't know if I agree with that.
I'm just saying, right? There's a lot of people out there paying for meals and drinks and stuff like that. But think about it though, as some women, not all women, but some women, they got their own plan in mind and stuff like that. So they know if they're not feeling that person or anything like that, they gonna get them a free meal, get them a drink. You know what I'm saying? And then that's it.
Yeah, not necessarily, Josh, if you have a conversation ahead of time.
Right. See, you eliminate that whole not sure who's going to pay what by literally talking about it before you officially go somewhere. When y'all are trying to figure out, okay, what day works for you? Okay, what time works for you? What place works for you? Go ahead and add in there, all right, who's paying? What works for you? You know, have that conversation. So therefore, if you feel that this woman is, or if she is out here with an agenda, like you said, you've already made up in your mind, I'm going to take care of this regardless if she is or if she isn't. Or if you choose not to, if you say, no, we've already decided that we're going to go Dutch. At least the decision is already made to where that guy who may be being taken advantage of by these women, then because that's a whole nother thing. You know, that's a whole nother conversation.
It is.
It is.
Yeah.
Since you said that, do you guys accept free drinks from guys? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you may be somewhere, somebody buy you a drink. Would you accept?
Yeah.
It depends. It depends. It depends because
I walk away though. When I realize who it's from and I ain't really trying to talk to them, I'm like, oh, I'm good. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I just did that the weekend. Gave me a little drink. He bought a drink. And he was like, what's up? And I'm like, oh, I got to go over there with my friends. I did have to go with my friends. So I didn't lie.
Mm-hmm. So you declined the drink?
No, I got my drink and my friends.
Oh.
Okay.
Wait. See, for me, it depends.
He had 5 he said, how you doing? What did he say? How you was doing? Something else. And I was like, ooh, okay. I'm good.
Off 2 questions, you were like, oh, never mind.
I was already, never mind anyway, but the drink was already coming.
Got it. See, for me, I would graciously decline the drink, so therefore his money doesn't get wasted because
it didn't get wasted because I drank it. It was not wasted. It was not wasted at all. It went to good use.
I mean, but
right there. Okay,
he was there. Listen, once he realized, okay, whatever, he moved on to the next. So he was there to buy a drink. Like he knew what he was coming for anyway. I'm not saying everybody's like that. I'm just saying he was like that. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, no.
Then he caught one that was desperate for some drink, because she was. So she just stayed up under him because she was desperate for some drinks. I went desperate. I could buy my own drink. I don't need to drink like that. It's not that serious. But since you bought that one, I'm going to take that one.
There you go. Mm-hmm. See? And that's why you got those guys out there. Pass the machine. Okay, here you go. Your turn.
You're so silly.
But he found somebody that was interested in taking his, like, he was there for, you could tell, like, I know I'm not crazy, and I'm not the only one that have seen, like, it's certain guys, they already know if they come to certain spots, they about to spend money on drinks, like, or money on food, or whatever they gonna spend money on. They already have that preconnotion in their mind, right? They already know. So they catch the right chick. There's like, she came there with zero money. So she came hungry looking for somebody like him. So boom, there it is. 2 peas in a pod.
Okay, I don't see that.
You ain't never seen that before? I know I'm not the only one to see that.
It absolutely happens. It absolutely happens.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's what happened.
So that means that if you and Nrgy go out together and somebody offers to buy y'all drink, you gonna say yeah. She gonna say
I'm gonna buy. Me and Nrgy gonna get a drink. We gonna get a drink.
She gonna be like,
Nrgy gonna get the drink. She's with me. She's gonna get the drink.
Well, Josh, I'm gonna be like, I was sliding over to Aphrodite. Here you go, girl. You got 2.
Nrgy's gonna get the drink. And then we just gonna go about our business. Cause let me tell you something. Nrgy gonna stop the conversation after, but she gonna stop it anyway. So I'm just gonna get the drink. We're gonna get that drink. Why would he want to waste his? We're not wasting his money. His money is going to good places. Get a drink.
Yeah.
keeping you hydrated. Yeah, right.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Note to self. When I go out with Aphrodite, I will wear a shirt that say "No drinks for me, please."
And I'm gonna have a shirt that say "She lied."
Oh man! Oh my God, that's hilarious.
It's bad, right?
That's funny.
She's telling the truth.
I'm careful. Oh man, I'm a little too cautious.
I'm not lying. Like, it's the truth of the matter. It is what it is. Like, whatever. I'm not desperate for a drink, but you spend your money on a drink, then that's on you. I mean, that's your business.
Yeah. Oh, so much I want to say.
By all means, right?
By all means, Nrgy. Let it roll, Nrgy. Let it roll. Let it roll, Nrgy. We love when you get started.
Wait a minute. Look, all right. So I'm speaking for myself, right? The reason for me, I say it depends, is because, like we were talking about, there are just some people out here who may have agendas. It's not just women with agendas who may try to get a free meal. It's guys with agendas who try to, who start off by offering a free drink. Because also there are some people out here who they attach things to that money that they spent on you with that free drink. And I ain't trying to be obligated to do anything.
We're not obligated. So I've been there and done it, and I do understand. So I very much let them know we're not obligated. Don't follow me around this building, this club, this restaurant, whatever. You got me a free drink. You got 2 seconds of a conversation. So we realize it's not cool. Let's move on. Okay. Majority of the time, I'm not by myself anyway, especially if I go out, I'm not by myself. Like 90% of the time, I ain't by myself. So I probably got about 8 more around the corner. Okay. We good. Okay. All right.
Good.
But I do understand what you're saying. And that is true that people do attach stuff to what they give you, and then they think they're obligated to follow you around, to have these 5, 10, 20, 30 minute conversations, and think, you know what I'm saying, you the only one they could talk to at this time because they bought you a drink. And that is so true because that does happen. So you are right.
Yeah. And so for me, I
but go ahead, then. I'm sorry. That just opened up a whole nother thing about obligation, right? Like, we're going to get into that too, because that's pretty interesting right there.
Yeah. But so for me, it's like I kind of do it in the reverse. So if I'm in a place with the availability, the time of, entertaining this person, I will decline their drink and I'll have a conversation with them first. Because for me, I need to see where your mind is first before I accept anything from you. And then in that conversation, within those first few minutes or whatever, I'm learning about you and I'm picking up on, okay, is this person, somewhat, like, no, am I getting like these alerts? Is my, the hair on my skin standing up? That gut feeling, is it telling me, girl, no, stop? Or, is it like, okay, I like the conversation. I see where it's going. And maybe if we're continuing to converse for another 30 minutes or an hour or whatever, let's just say the conversation is that good. And it's someone where I'm like, okay, of course, I don't know this person all the way yet, but I'm not getting those initial, like, red flags or whatever, or alarms aren't going off. And so at that point, if we're continuing in conversation and if I see where I would be buying my own next drink, then in that manner, I may accept the drink at that point. But just off of the rip, nah, not me. I need to at least have some sort of like, hey, how you doing? Hey, I appreciate that. I still have my drink right now, but hey, we can talk. I'll kind of do something like that first, just to kind of get a feel of a person.
And that's energy.
Yeah, that's me.
That is. That is pure energy right there.
That's how energy.
Pure energy.
I ain't trying to waste nobody's money or time.
You consider it. You know what I'm saying? Like you want to you a considerate dater. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
Yes,
that's admirable right there. Okay, like because most people would assume that when you go out, it's gonna be a risk either way, right? Like you either you go benefit or you're not, right? Like are you gonna find someone or you're not? Are you gonna? Is this gonna be something that's fruitful or is it not gonna be fruitful? Like it's just one of those things. But I rarely hear that where it's like, you know what? I'm not gonna take this drink. Or no, I'm not going to accept this food. Or no, I'm not going to accept this Birkin bag. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, it's just like
they buying Birkin bags. You obligated at that point.
Okay, that was going to be the next thing right there.
Well, hopefully that's in a relationship, though.
How you in a relationship buying Birkin bags?
See, that's what I was going to say, right? Because that was where I was going to segue that. At what point do you just in your head think that this is an extreme underlining obligation that there should be next steps after that, right? So if somebody buy you something that, it costs pretty penny, do you think that there's supposed to be some type of something?
Oh, no. So no.
Like something after that.
If I didn't ask for it, no. Nope.
No, let me tell you something. If we're not in a relationship, and we have not established that, and you buy me a Birkin bag, baby, something else going on. No, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Like, why? No, that's a big gift for us to what? Because we said hey to each other. No, sir. I don't know. I think them stalker vibes. I don't know about that one.
Nah, there's no automatic obligation just because someone purchased something for you. Not for me, and not in my opinion. No automatic obligation. No.
Okay.
No.
A lot of people, not me, but a lot of people.
They just up buying Birkin bags.
Not just Birkin bag, but it could be like a really expensive dinner, right? Like it'd be like you go to like one of them big restaurants and you just spent $350, maybe $400 on dinner and stuff like that. You don't think that we need a nightcap? You know what I'm saying? Like you don't think people just?
But they ain't even got to buy that and think they need a nightcap. I'm about to say these people crazy.
Yeah.
These people think they spent 2 cents and they gonna need a nightcap. Now I'm about to say.
Oh yeah, you're right. You do got those people that they get you that value menu at McDonald's. Like
no, they get somebody else the value menu. Cause I don't eat McDonald's, so you is not buying me no McDonald's.
I mean, hey, hold on. I do have a thing for the fillet of fish. I can't even lie.
I do not eat McDonald's at all.
Hey, you already know yourself. You ain't get no nightcap and no fillet of fish. Okay, like nah. That is a negative. Oh man, no. Okay. Like people out there, they expect like they start spending all this money and stuff like that. People just automatically assume.
Yeah.
There's some type of follow up after that.
Yeah, even with just a standard restaurant, it doesn't have to be an expensive restaurant. Nowadays, you do have some people who are straight up like, I paid for your meal.
Right.
I need to be getting something. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That is so true.
It is.
I've heard that like, I don't know how many times.
Yep.
Yeah, I have to. And it's pretty interesting. It is, because the rejection is very difficult for people to just kind of gravitate.
You have to be really careful how you reject people. Like, yeah, you got to be careful. You have to reject them slowly.
Especially these days, because you know what? There's some very disrespectful people out there.
Very.
Like when you talk about like especially like rejecting somebody, like that almost cuss you out.
Almost they do.
They do.
Just say it no.
They do.
It's crazy. It is. People don't like rejection. Like at all.
So unfortunate.
It
nowadays, it's been happening for decades.
Forever. It's been happening forever.
Yeah.
It just seems more aggressive now. I don't know if it's just me, but I think it's like the aggression behind it is different.
Yeah, there's a lot of movements now where I think it has created, that sense of, God, I can't think of the word, but it's putting that battery in the back of some people more so than before because of all these different movements that are going on out here.
It's different because even when we went out, it was like one guy was trying. I was like, I went over to my little cousin. So I told my cousin, I was like, oh, and then he moved out the way. He was like, oh, okay. I'm like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Cause he was getting aggressive. He was gonna get aggressive because he started crazy. Cause I was like, I'm good. I'm good. Cause he was trying to dance with me. I don't want to dance with you. I danced by myself. I don't want you all trying to, you ain't touching me. You ain't groping me. We ain't doing all that. We just grown woman stuff over here. I don't want to dance. But he started like, I was like, oh, let me go over here to my cut. Then he piped it down by 5 notches. It's the aggression.
So are you ever afraid to reject somebody?
Afraid? I wouldn't say
ever,
afraid.
are you afraid to ever just to say the words, right? Like, do you think you ever at that point I don't know how to tell this person no?
I wouldn't say afraid, but absolutely cautious. 100%. 100%. It's not safe out here, unfortunately.
No.
Yeah, you have to be very cautious.
That's definitely interesting. I couldn't even imagine that, because telling women no is different. It is.
How how is it like when you tell women though? They aggressive too? Some of them?
The older ones, yes. I hate to say that.
Oh, I can see that. What's the age range? Because I can see that.
A little bit more aggressive. Yeah.
I can see that.
I mean, yeah. That I've had some older women. They older. They didn't live their life. They've been around the block and stuff like that. So they get very direct with you. You know what I'm saying? Like they get very. They like this. They like that kind of stuff. Like and they don't sugarcoat it either. Like just like oh this, that, and the other day. They ain't got time for all that playing games and stuff like that. And it's very. If you're not used to that, it's very uncomfortable. It is. Like it makes you feel very meat-like. Like you're a piece of like raw steak and they the lion or something like that. And they just about to just get up in you, right? So anytime I feel that way, I exit stage left real quick. Okay, like just go ahead, just go the other direction. Like, yeah. Mm-mm.
So, like, they just, how do these conversations come about? They just, like,
just random. Just random conversation. Like, let me give you perfect examples here. So sometimes when I'm in the grocery store and I'll just be walking down the aisles and stuff like that, and I'll just be picking up my little stuff. And you know how grocery stores, especially these grocery stores these days, they have levels to their shelves. Like some of them are really, really high and tall and stuff like that. And some of the shorter women, they can't get up there. So a lot of the middle-aged women, right?
Right.
Like, hey, you tall. Can you get this can for me right here on the top shelf and stuff like that? And then that in turn turns into a conversation. After I get the can down and stuff like that. And I'm like, at some points it does turn weird, right? Like in the middle store, it can turn very weird, right? Like a lot of these interactions, you don't even know that they're going to happen, but they happen to you. And again, exit stage left, right? Just go down there, just take the corner. That happens.
So I'm different. I see a tall person. I be like, hey, you tall. Can you get this for me? Thank you. Yeah. I just need to use your height for a minute. That's what I say. I can't. Yeah. I don't know if I can go through another conversation. It's still okay. I can see that though.
It's different though because so my premise on this is that I think throughout life, the appropriate age range that typically hits on, right? Okay. I think most people know that there's an age range that they usually just get hit on by.
So what's your age range that usually hit on you?
Middle age and older.
Okay.
Yeah. All the time. Yeah.
What's the oldest you think?
60 something, maybe. Yeah. Yeah. But again, I've known that since I was like in high school that was just that seems to be the pike of the people that's gonna end up it don't be a lot or whatever. And that's not necessarily saying that younger people didn't necessarily do it either.
Right.
But yeah, those mature women, they come strong, boy. They come straight down the line. They do. But hey, I mean, it's just an interesting thing. They do. But even for you guys, y'all don't know the approximate age range of people that usually hit on y'all?
So yeah, I know. Mine has changed though. It didn't stay the same because when I was younger, it was them old creepy ass men.
Hey, yeah. Uh-huh. Like,
Mm-mm. Yeah.
yeah. But now we in the upper 30s.
Yeah.
He's not telling you. Look, I mean, I get that. Energy, where we at? Like, I know you getting some 50 people. Like, I know some 50 people, 50-year-olds hitting on you. I know it.
I get anywhere from like 20 through 60 because people don't really know how old I am. Like, if you're just seeing me walk, you think I'm younger than I am. But then once you hear me talk, then that's when, like, oh, the older men, see and realize and hear, oh, okay, yeah, she's got some age on her. So it's anywhere from 20s to 60s.
I knew it as the old. I knew it. Okay.
Oh, yeah. But I date older, so I don't date younger.
Not that old though.
Not that old. You gotta be younger than my parents.
Right, that don't get
What's your age? What's your cutoff age? Energy.
Probably around 55 to 57.
Oh, okay.
Huh. Okay.
What, Josh? What, Josh?
Josh, what?
I did not see that one coming. I did not. Okay.
Because me and the guys that's in their 50s, like we around this, we try to do the same thing right about now. We trying to settle down. We may not be trying to have any more kids. We just trying to travel. Like, we're done with our clubbing, our going out, the lounges, and hanging out at the bars, all that kind of stuff. We don't like, Give me somebody who's just like, who ready to settle down.
I'm just saying, right? Like, anybody that age, I mean, I'm not an ageist or anything like that, but I'm just saying, like, it's just, you could be real limber. I mean, you could have a whole bunch of energy. Okay.
No, see,
I'm just.
No, because I want somebody who's like.
Women, y'all, I'm telling you, you guys, as you guys get older, you guys get more.
I know what you're talking about. More sexually active. We're getting our prime of.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you guys get. It's like a better thing instead of a decreasing thing. So it's like, get with somebody that's a little bit older, especially from a male standpoint, and you got to be working out. Juice is going to be right. Like, you get all these arguments. Like, it's just.
There are a lot of older men who are very still active.
That's good. If one come across your table, you better check all his vitals. Okay, I need all. You better go down the whole panel of him. I'm just telling you. Like,
you're so silly.
It's sad. Like, cause honestly, just knowing you, I swear, like, you like an onion. Like, there's so many different layers to you. It is like, yeah. Yeah. That's just so funny. Like, that right there, that just kind of blew my mind right there when you said that. Like, I'm still like, just like, okay.
What did you expect me to say?
I honestly thought you was gonna say like maybe mid-40s, maybe.
The oldest that I would date?
Yeah, like, man, I was like maybe mid-40s.
That's almost where I start.
Huh. Okay.
Would you stop with all these epiphany faces?
I'm looking at Aphrodite while making these. Aphrodite.
How about that far? Okay, hold on. Aphrodite, what's the oldest you would date?
Oh, no older than 50.
No older than 50. Okay, so see, we're 5 years off.
Oh, no, honey, that make a difference.
Depending on the guy. Yes, depending on the guy.
That make a difference. So that's all I'm saying.
Why does it make a difference if that? I gotta hear. Why does this make a difference?
And that make a difference. First of all, my one thing is we're not sitting at home looking at TV, rocking in no chairs, talking about the neighbors on the side of the house. We ain't doing all that. Like, no. You know what I'm saying? Like, no.
That's people in their 60s.
No energy. No energy. That's the 57-year-olds you talking about.
No, see, look, you got to understand the people that I know and that are in their 50s, like I'm around like motorcycle groups and you know, sport groups and outdoors groups where we're, you know, riding four-wheelers, we're fishing, we're going boating. Like those are the people I'm talking about. Like we're active, they're active. And
okay.
So, yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, that is so funny. Y'all can't be talking about these 55-year-old men around here. They still got plenty of life.
I'm not saying that they don't.
I'm not saying they don't either.
I'm just saying it's scarce.
It's scarce. It is. And I just really think that if you choose a relationship like that, you need to.
I know somebody who chose one like that, and let me shut up.
No, by all means.
I'm just saying, she too young for him. She mentally too young for him. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Mm-mm. Yeah.
So the mentality on an age gap, the mentality plays a huge part in it. Yep.
Like her age is not too young. You know what I'm saying? But her mentality, you know, she ain't on that, oh, we about to sit at home, flip the remote. You know what I'm saying? He trying to be down in the den, flipping the remote and rocking in the chair. That ain't what she on.
Mm-hmm.
And now he looking crazy. Cause she like, I see. Mm-hmm. I gotta go. Oh, we ain't gonna lay in bed at 12 o'clock? She be like, no, what are we doing here? 12 o'clock?
Look. One of our homies, when they were like, they found out what time I go to bed, they were like, oh yeah, I see. Yeah, you definitely can date somebody in their 50s. I go to bed at 9. So like my lifestyle does not fit, you know, those who are in their 20s, 30s, and even some 40s. Like I'm an early bed person, but I ain't getting up, you know, at no 4 or 5 o'clock either, you know, and yeah, I'm a homebody, you know, so what most people would probably consider boring. I would happily put myself in that boring category. So that's why for me, give me somebody in their late 40s or up to their mid 50s, our lifestyles and the things that we find pleasure in now at this age or phase in our lives. Those are the ones
it's a phase, it's not an age.
Yeah.
Let me go ahead and correct that. That's a phase. That's not an age.
Nah, I've been this way. You got to understand though, also my background and my history. Like I'm beyond my years, not tooting horns or anything like that, but I am beyond my years. And there's a lot of things that the typical person who grew up in their teens, then their young adult years, in their 20s and their 30s and so forth and so on. There are a lot of things that the standard person has enjoyed or typically enjoys. But for me, those weren't things that I ever did because I did not enjoy it. I may have tried it, but I was like, yeah, that's not for me. And so I've always just kind of been that person that gravitated to those who are older. And so, yeah.
I mean, it is what it is. I used to gravitate to older. I hit my 40, baby. I don't know about this.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying, because a lot of, like, they might not, I don't know. I'm not rocking with you. Like, we're not sitting at home doing it. We're not. Mm-hmm. We got to go. Like, we got things to do. Like, We could do that sometime, but every week conversation.
See, I'm not one that wants to always be on the go. My past years have been on the go every single night, every single day. We're gone somewhere, late nights, early mornings. I got that out of my system. That's the first half of my entire life. So for me, it's like, nah, let me enjoy the fruits of my labor. Let me enjoy and see and travel. You know, for me,
I want to travel, but we ain't gonna be going traveling. Then we got to sit in the hotel room. Like, who does that?
There are some days but see, traveling, you ain't trying to have no itinerary every hour either. Sometimes maybe, but sometimes you don't want to have to do nothing.
Yeah, but how often does that happen?
Well, for a lot of people, a lot of times, but of course you throw in, some activities on some of those vacation trips. You definitely can break it up. So either way it goes, it's not one way all the time. You got to find people. That's why it's all about getting good communication, doing your due diligence, and just really learning if you and that person, no matter what the age is, because we say it all the time, you got to communicate. You got to find out. You got to ask those questions. When you're dating someone, you got to really see, okay, what are you about? What do you like? What do you not like? What's your lifestyle like? And then go from there. Age is only one part of it.
Yeah, it is. I mean, my mindset is another part of that. And to my knowledge, some people that are possibly older set in their way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want to shift.
They don't want to deviate from that. Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like they don't want to change too many things.
Right. And that makes it even that much easier because you ain't got to deal with somebody who's going to be trying to change in the next, change drastically in the next 2, 3, 5 years. So you find somebody who already has the lifestyle that you have or the lifestyle that you're working on living. That makes it that much easier.
Yeah, but what if their mindset and lifestyle is that they only want to have sex once a month?
Then if that's something that you want and agree to or already doing or whatever, again, it's whatever the conversations are, whatever your likes and dislikes are, you still have to get to know that person.
Oh, okay.
If they are a good fit or not. Yeah, you got to have those questions because you can't put all 50s.
Well, that ain't gonna work for Josh, right? They want some conversation.
Yeah, we know.
Well, we already sliding that computer over. You paying for your own meal.
Yeah. No, but definitely. if you you definitely just have to get to know a person because the age is just one part of it.
Oh yeah, it is. It definitely is. It's a big part of it, though. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it is. It's a big part because again, the whole this physiology of just men and women, that plays a part in a lot of different things as we get older. Like, because it's a lot of women out there that are setting their men up. I need you to know that they setting them up. Okay,
what they setting them up for, Josh?
A big L. Okay, that's what they setting them up for. A big loss. Okay, they set them up. Okay, because you women, y'all ain't being upfront with these men about what's happening in this relationship, and y'all mature. You're not letting them know that, hey, I'm getting better. Therefore, you need to get better too, because the rate of us getting better is not the same rate. I need you to know that, right? Like y'all are maturing a little bit faster than.
You're trying to knowledge me, give me knowledge. Or you're talking in general.
I'm just saying women. I'm talking about
okay,
women.
I'm about to say because I know about all of that.
I'm not talking about women in general. Gotcha. Like I just think that it's a gap there. There's a gap there. As we get older, there's a gap there. Most people don't tell the people about the gap. Like they don't. They just set them up.
Yep. They start off one way during the dating phase to get them. And then once they get deeper down into that relationship, then stuff starts to change. So
it changes quickly too. That's the other part of it. Because you get wrapped into all the stuff that you're doing, work, kids, whatever the case may be, and the change is already happened. It is already overtaking you.
Yep.
It is. Yeah. It's scary. It is. Yeah, it is. Our men talk all the time about that. Very honest with them about it. Like, very honest with them. Like, hey, we have to adapt our lifestyle because the people that you're with, they're changing. Like, they're changing every day, and therefore we need to adapt too.
Yep.
Get better.
Always.
The only way. That's the only way to build that longevity. To get better and adapt.
Yeah, and grow together.
Otherwise,
make those changes together. Communicate throughout the process. Communicate. So therefore, one person isn't down the lane and the other person's still way back here at the starting line.
Yeah. I mean, I think the other part of that is knowing that you're not going to grow at the same rate. You're not.
That's why you got to communicate. Yep.
You're not. Like, one person's development may be a little bit slower than another person.
Mm-hmm.
That's a patience comes there right there. Because if you see a little bit of growth, that helps you a little bit. But if you see no growth, that's frustrating right there. Like, that makes you angry. That makes you angry.
Yeah, that would make you mad.
That makes you angry. But the last part of this, because I mean, this is really good. Immature people. We were kind of touching on that a little bit. Where did I want to go with that? Immature men.
Ugh.
Yeah. Been seeing a lot of that lately. I have. Especially when it comes to, I guess, how people view just their life, and then also their relationship. Like, it's crazy, and I'm not sure if it's just solely just the immaturity factor, or it's just people's way of like looking at things in general. But when a person tells you, "Hey, we not doing too good. The ship is on fire. We need to find the emergency exits," and they waving all the red flags in front of you, and then the other person is looking at you like everything's okay and it'll be all right. I think that there's something wrong with that equation, and I've been seeing a lot of that with certain groups of people. That sometimes whenever you tell someone specifically and directly what the problem is and what the truth is, they don't want to believe it. Like, they think you actually lying. Like, they think that it's like not what you're saying it is. And
is that really immaturity though?
To a certain degree, I think it is, because if a person was at a place of emotional maturity, then they would know that the person that is obviously saying this stuff is coming from a real solid place. They're not coming from, okay, I want to play games with you, or nothing like that. They just trying to be honest and real with you. And if you're not receiving the honest and real stuff, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying that emotional immaturity is right there. You're not getting it. Like, you're not trying to see it, like, at all. That's my version of it. Like, it is.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, it's self-explanatory. Yeah, that's immaturity.
But I think that plays a lot into like how certain people carry out their relationships too, because it's like a pulling teeth type thing. It's like one person wants to like do something, but in order to get that thing done, they got to do it. And then the other person got to just follow along instead of the other person being intentional about actually trying to do it themselves. Like, it's just kind of a weird weird thing. It's almost like a parent-child type situation.
But I found that more in males. Like,
what am I talking about that? Like, that's what I'm talking about the mid folk right now. Like,
I found that more in males, and I'm not. It's nothing about. It's not all males, but like that part, I've really been hearing it a lot from in males. I'm not really sure why and what's the disconnect part of it, but it's, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, that's mainly the perspective that I'm talking about it from. Because like I said, I rarely hear it as much from, about like women to a certain degree. Did I hear about like that same thing from like about men and stuff like that? It's almost like it's a certain group are just falling short of their potential, like what they can actually do when they're actually with a person, and especially when they're with a solid person, right? Like that's what irritates me too sometimes too, is when you with a solid person, because truth be told, there are situations where you may not be with a solid person. Like this person may just be playing the field, or they may not just really just be interested in their relationship. But you do have those instances where you are with a very solid person and they want the relationship to work and they're trying to do everything they can to get the relationship to kind of move forward. And you with someone that is almost fighting against you, you know? Like they fighting against the progress of your relationship for some strange, interesting reason. And that gets me every single time. Like it does. Like it's like it almost makes you just scratch your head. Like, why? What's the point? Right? Like, what's the point in making it difficult? Like, what do you gain from making it that difficult? But what do you lose from making that difficult? You lose a solid person that is very hard to replace.
Say that again.
It is. Because finding people that won't cheat on you and won't do something that is very disrespectful to you or won't put sugar in your gas tank or anything like that is very difficult to do. I just said. I think finding a very solid person in life sometimes is, especially these days, I wouldn't say it's like winning a lottery, but it's like it's not easy. It's not. So when you do come across a solid person, don't mess it up. How about that?
But a lot of times they don't recognize it though.
That's sad.
Sometimes they don't recognize it.
Yeah. In the land of social media and internet and all this other kind of stuff, we think that solid people fall off the tree. we think the majority of people are solid, which is honestly not the case. Honestly, it's not. There's a lot of people wearing masks out there. A lot. A lot of people dependent that like, you know, wearing this mask like they solid and, you know.
That's why I don't get the fact that they be like hashtag relationship. I be like, you don't know what they got going on over there. So I don't know if you want, like, if you knew the real, they only posting this part. But if you knew the real, would you really want that to be your relationship goal?
Correct. That's why everybody should take Nrgy's plan and Do your 15-point checklist.
Hey, let me tell you. You save a lot of time and a lot of heartache and pain. By doing that and being considerate. Yes, sir.
I mean, considerate takes intentionality, yo. Like, think about that. Like,
of course. It's a choice. Yes, you have to choose to be considerate.
You're right. Because being stubborn is so much, not stubborn, but being selfish is so much easier for people.
Yep. And that's the road that a lot of people take, unfortunately.
Yeah, because that's the premise of people thinking that they can't be replaced.
Yeah.
You know, it's a lot of people think that it can't be replaced. I think that for some strange reason, that's the nature of relationships. Some relationships these days, that you really think that you can't be replaced.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, anybody's replaceable. You think about it from job standpoint, anybody's replaceable.
That's true.
So if even from a relationship standpoint, a person get fed up enough, oh yeah, you get replaced. And what's interesting about being replaced from a relationship standpoint is you can be replaced and not even know you've been replaced. Like that person start working out a little bit more, start talking to their friends a little bit more, start going to these little spinning classes, yoga classes a little bit more. You know, start doing these little activities a little bit more. Start doing, you know, a little coffee meetings and stuff like that a little bit more. Yep. Staying out a little bit later than they usually stay out. Uh-huh. Doing all the normal stuff they used to do with you a little bit more by themselves. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Kids calling the mailman daddy. Okay. Yeah.
All right. That's enough.
Okay.
That's enough. Oh my God. Oh, I didn't think I was going to step in there, but apparently, yes. All right. Got it.
Energy, you should have known he was going there.
You know, it's been so long. I was like, okay, yeah, that's another one. Okay, yeah, he's on a roll. Then
he was on a roll too, winning.
Oh boy, you just give a person an inch.
Take a yard.
This has been great right here. This whole spirit right here. It's been beautiful. This has been beautiful. So yeah, this has been another great episode of Adding Perspective with Josh. I'm Josh.
I'm Coach Nrgy. Be considerate, people.
I'm Aphrodite.
We out.